Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today we're doing a watercolor review. I've been wanting to get some watercolors for a while now because I was using the Artist Loft watercolor pencils, but those were a little bit less than what I was trying to make them work for, so they weren't working out too great. I'm still going to use them for detail on my watercolor pieces, which are mainly in my bullet journal. But if you can see, here's my bullet journal. So I like to use the watercolors, but it's difficult because sometimes I want to do something with texture like this December cover page, and it was nice because with the pencils I could make it textured like this, but I could have gotten away with just doing a wash over the whole thing with a plain color and then going back and adding some instead of having it be so washed out. It would be like a brighter or darker color because it's difficult to mix these pencils. So what I wanted to do was grab some watercolors, and the perfect opportunity arose because Cindy Gunter-Baldo, who you all know I love, she was reviewing these a month ago or something like that. It must have been more than a month because I was looking for watercolors ever since I did my February cover page, because I was using markers to fill in large areas and I was like, this would be so much easier if I just had watercolors. So I saw Cindy's review and I was like, that looks amazing. So of course I wanted to get them, and I did wait a little bit to make sure that there weren't any other sets that I would have liked better, but I decided that the design of this one best fit my needs because it is a travel size watercolor set. I don't think it actually says that on here, but on the website it does say that. So this is what it looks like when it's all open. I got this from Amazon and it was $25 with free Prime shipping. I'm not sure of any other place that sells it. I tried to look on Michael's and AC Moore website, but they didn't have it, and I don't know if it's distributed in stores. But yeah, so basically it comes with a pencil, a pen, water bottle, sponge, paints, and a refillable brush pen, which I was super excited about that brush pen because I've never had one before. I've only ever used one from my friend. I borrowed one back in middle school. So here we can just open this up, and my sponge always falls out. And you might notice that this sticker is missing from mine. These are my own stickers. I just personalized it to my own taste because I didn't really, it's not that I don't like this sticker, it's just that it's not something I want to see over and over. So I did utilize it in my bullet journal, but other than that, that's the only time I'm gonna want to see it. So I put different stickers on here. And as you can see, I have been using this, and the sponge is dirty because I couldn't wait to get into it, and this is like a really small set, so I was able to bring it to class and work on some things in class. And I heard people behind me asking like, what the heck is Beck doing? Because I was using watercolors in class, and I was like, yeah, I can do this now. So if we look at the side-by-side comparison, it comes with everything it says it comes with: the brush pen, pencil, pen, water bottle, and the sponge, and of course the paint. The one thing that I don't understand is that there are like two little dots here. Can you see that? And so I figured, oh, that must be so if you have it sitting down, you could put these in it, but it's too loose for the pencil to reliably stay in there. I guess that would have worked, but the pen is very they are very loose in there. This is barely too big to actually fit in there. So if this is what that was designed for, it's not working out. Also, Lewis is playing with her toys behind me, but don't mind that. So I don't know why they put these here. It's just, I guess it's extra. And I guess you could shove a tissue in this space if you wanted to, but I do recommend that you bring tissues, because if you put too much watercolor and you only bring what's in the set, you aren't going to be able to lighten it or make it well, yeah, I guess the only thing you do is lighten it or make texture with the tissues. So I have some Spidey tissues to use, but yeah, so let's get into this. we've established it has all its parts, so no more box. We don't need that. We're gonna move this over here. I have already loaded up my brush, but just to show you how it is done, the top comes off up here, but there's another break down here. You would open this up, set that aside, and then you would get your water bottle out, and this just pulls up like that. You don't need to twist it, and I actually found that if you twist this, it'll come off. So it's got this really nice needle tip nozzle, and you just squeeze it until it fills up as much as you want, and then very carefully close up both of them. And one thing that I noticed with this water bottle is that if you close it all the way, like the threads are off, so that the side comes over here, so you have to only close it like partially in order for it to actually fit back into where it goes. So that's just a little bit annoying, knowing that it's not all the way screwed on. I'm gonna move this tissue paper because I just used it to separate these two. But yeah, so like it works, but like it's a little bit annoying that the threads don't line up so that it would stay there. So yeah, now what we're going to do is create a swatch page, and I've already done that, but just for like the satisfying footage, I'm gonna do it again. Also because the last one I did was a bit unprofessional, so like here you can see I was messing with them. So this was the last swatch page I did. It's not nice and pretty, so we're gonna make a nice and pretty version. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this pen here. I actually like this pen a lot because since it's in the travel case, and my travel case is always in my backpack, I always have a pen with me, which has been a lifesaver because I'm running out of Inkjoy gel pen gel refills. So I'm waiting for spring break so that my mom can gift me some more refills, but until then I'm dropping black pens left and right because they're just running out of ink. So this one is nice, and it's like a nice quality too. It feels decent. Okay, so I had originally wanted to put a black piece of paper down here to test the white, but I guess I'll just make another square of black and then add the white on top of it. I know I have to wait for that to dry, but writing white next to a black box just made me like, ugh. So while this is drying, I guess I'll just go over the materials. The pencil is fine. It doesn't come with an eraser, which is kind of weird because watercolors generally use lighter colors. So if you were sketching, you would want to erase a lot of that before you like started using it. So if this had an eraser, that would be cool, but it's kind of fine because a lot of people just start going and write with watercolor instead of sketching, so I guess if you're sketching, you learn to sketch the least amount. But this water brush, I was using it with the cap on the end here, but since it's such a short brush, you can see it, it just spooked me by falling off. It does have a clip, but I'm not sure why, because you generally aren't clipping it to anything because its home is in the box, so I don't really clip it to anything. But the bristles are a little bit stained, but they're fine. It distributes water pretty evenly, decently. The paper I'm using likes to dry fast, so I haven't been able to use any like big washes in this book because it's not made for that, but it makes washes pretty easily. My cat is going nuts. Hey, chill out. But yeah, so once this dries, we will put the white on top of it. Okay, this is mostly dry. I don't want to like mess it up, but for the sake of getting on with the video, I'm gonna just deposit some white on top here. And it's not mixing, so that's how bright the white gets. And if we want to compare it to another white medium, I have this whiteout pen, which will look like this on top of the black. So that one looks like that, and then I will also get my Uniball Signo broad pen, and this is the one that I use in my illustrations. So yeah, it's not like the brightest white ever. I'm sure it would be better for mixing like pastel versions of colors if you wanted it to be like a lot lighter rather than just mixing with a lot of water. Since this is a travel set, I guess it makes sense to have white to make brighter colors or lighter colors. Tints are when you add white. It makes sense to have white because you don't want to have like a huge pool of water to make a light color with like one drop of paint. So yeah, so these are pretty bright colors. This one is a little bit light. I don't know if that's because I put the brush directly onto the paint instead of like spraying them with water and letting them sit first. So that might brighten up over time, and of course you can do layers with watercolor, so you could paint it once. If it's not bright enough, you could paint it again. But I love these all so much. These are a lot closer than I thought they would be, the blues, but I like both of them enough that it's like, okay, whatever. Every color has a purpose in this palette, including the white for the mixing, as I said. But these two are so beautiful, and my friend is actually, like, his favorite color is red. Like, I'll ask him, like, okay, what color should I use for my planner this week? And he always says red, so sometimes I have to overrule him. But he loves red, so I'm thinking maybe I'll make some fan art for him with these reds, just because they look so cool. Okay, so now that this swatch page is over with, I'm going to do some cat drawing, just to like try my hand at mixing, because I haven't mixed colors in a while. So I'm gonna learn some mixing. So what I'm gonna do is, I actually have these reference pictures on my phone, but I'm filming with my phone, so I'm going to employ my iPad. Here's the iPad. I'm gonna just pull up the photos and put them over here. So I have a collection of pictures of cats, obviously, you can tell. I'm trying to learn how to draw cats better, and I figured I'll draw the neighborhood cats, because where I live and go to school there are so many cats, and my friends and I have all like nicknamed them, and well, some of them we found out their real names, but essentially we love these cats so much. So I'm going to try to make cat colors. Now of course this orange is really bright, so I guess I'll add brown to it. don't know, he's kind of like a Basil, the first one I'm doing. I'm going to work from left to right because I don't want to put my hand in the paints. So this one is kind of dark. All of these cats are yellow, so I kind of made this too brown. So I'm going to switch to a brownish cat. So I'll go to Rascal because Rascal is a brown kitty. And then I know that watercolors dry lighter than how they look when you put them down, but these might just be some washed out cats because, well, maybe not. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. You can just watch. Oh, we have a visitor. Excuse me. Please don't step on the other cats. Okay, so while I'm waiting for a few of these to finish drying, I'm just gonna clean this off with a tissue because, like, it's easy to clean, but I'm at my desk and I am attached to the camera by a microphone, so I don't want to get up. But yeah, you just wet the tissue and wipe it off. Where's my water? Use water brush water. Bam. I was going to save this for like absolutely ultimate last, but I had my friend, roommate, business partner, we're a lot of things. I had him gracefully donate a drawing of my OC Sprink, and here's another art that he has made of Sprink, because I wanted to color Sprink because he's based on watercolors, and having my first set of like actual watercolors is exciting. Why wouldn't I make Sprink with that? So I'm gonna try, this is just regular printer paper, but I'm gonna try to make it like not ripple as much. I already got it wet. I'm gonna try to make it not ripple as much, and that way I can have a Sprink watercolor page. So there he is. The tissue looks pretty cool right now, but the paper obviously is not made for watercolors, so it's kind of a little bit messed up, and I wish I had scanned this, but actually I think that my friend has scanned this to preserve it in its natural form so that we can color it again, like digitally or otherwise. So that is the watercolors. I'm gonna bring, oh, you probably couldn't even see this, but yeah, I can't even color him without a reference, so, and his design is fairly simple, as you can see, but you know, whatever. Anyway, my cat's going crazy on the bed. Let's bring these cats back. So Rascal is like really wet still. She like refuses to dry. So I closed this too early. I'm going to add stripes to the stripey boys, which includes Mud and Rascal. And I did draw these original images with the watercolor pen, this one that comes with it. I was worried that the paint would cover up the pen. It kind of did. I don't know. I'm trying to finish this up because I am recording on the same day that this comes out, and I want to get it out to you guys. So, well, actually, this makes kind of a cool effect if you use the pen on the wet paint. Looks like cats, but I guess like the nib is kind of pushing back on me. Whatever, it's cute, it's good. I'm done drawing these cats. So yeah, those are just some of the like colors I was able to make. These two are the same color, but I put more of it onto Basil than onto Chubbs. and Peaches got like white added to that mix. These were just a bunch of different browns. I was like adding more brown over time. I eventually added black because mud is a really dark color. And then Nubs was really easy, which was nice. He is just black and white together, and it dries lighter, so I had that in mind when mixing. I made it darker. So yeah. Also, I want to address that, like, this sponge, I use it when I was getting like extra paint off of my brush, but since I had tissues this time, I didn't use it at all, so not sure what that's for. I guess you could use it to make a texture or something, but yeah. And if you want to see the kitties that I drew, I can show you. So let's see, where are we? So here's Nubs. He's down here. And then next we have Chubs. And then Peaches, Rascal. Rascal has a bunch of intricate markings, kind of like my cat. And then I'm gonna just shuffle things around real quick. So now here's Mud. He's a rare boy. He is not out very often. And then Basil. And Basil is always out because he lives outside. But yeah. So those are like the cats in comparison to my drawings. I didn't try to get the colors too photorealistic because it's an illustration. It's not meant to be photorealistic, and I'm not very interested in doing realistic watercolor. I want it more for like the color in a big area quickly. So yeah. So those are that. Sprink is drying. I will add a picture of Sprink when he is dried. But overall, I like this set. It works well for me. It's small enough. Here's my tiny hand. Let me see if I can find something else. There's a water bottle next to it. It's small enough to fit in a pocket of a backpack, which is exactly what I needed. It is fairly lightweight. The only thing is this little metal piece for the hinge keeps popping out. So I have to just keep checking for that and pushing it back in. But other than that, it was pretty great. Good product. I like the color. It's pretty. You know, sometimes you like for things to be pretty. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. And if you want to see more videos, you can click on one of these videos on the screen right now. If not, you can just go ahead, like this video if you liked it. If you didn't, you can get out of here and watch something you do like. Goodbye.